Happy freaking Monday, everybody. It is a macabre Monday, and I am beyond excited because this is part one of what, I don't know, maybe might end up being my favorite Macabre Monday special freaking ever. We're in LA now, folks. There's a plethora, an entire universe of creepy, dark places in LA, but none of them resonate as deeply and darkly as the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA. Dun dun dun! Okay, so the history on the Cecil Hotel actually is pretty innocent. You know, they didn't advertise like, come here and die. It was built in 1927. It had 700 rooms in the beginning. Right now it's got 600. Originally, it had 100 extra rooms, and it was advertised as a place for businessmen to come and stay a day or two. Because, you know, LA was starting to become hustle and bustling. People were coming into the city, doing business, but maybe weren't moving out here. Well, you know, it seemed like a good idea. And then 1930s rolls around, and a lot of the really nice, ritzy hotels start popping up, and people are like, you know, the Cecil, it's old news. That's not where I want to stay. I want to go to the Alexandria or the Biltmore or, you know, whatever. Point is, wasn't what it, you know, originally was supposed to be. And then in 1950s rolls around, it was just straight up a place for transients. It was really cheap rooms. Like, I'm talking, I don't know, $3 a night, $14 a night, really cheap freaking rooms. And then in 2007, it underwent like a giant renovation. And so now the first 3 floors of the hotel are the hotel. And it's got like shared bathroom situations, still really cheap. And then you also have a hostel, and then you have SRO, long-term stays. So it's just, I mean, it's a hodgepodge. The Cecil Hotel, it didn't decide to be one thing, it decided to be many. So we're just gonna get straight up into this, and let me preface this by saying that if there's ever an actual structure in LA or in life that I truly do believe is dark in its actual foundation, because as you'll hear throughout these 2-part series in the Cecil, this place is unbelievable. And let's just say if you're a girl, you know, maybe don't go. Maybe, especially don't go alone. Don't stay there alone. But let's jump right into it, okay? The Cecil is known for many things. You know, murder, suicide, mysterious deaths. But what we're going to talk about right now is Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker. Lived at the Hotel Cecil on the top floor for $14 a night when he came to LA. Yeah, he killed 13 women, preferred to use a .22 caliber handgun, was known for leaving his bloody clothes in the dumpster out back of the Cecil Hotel, known Satanist. Oh man. This guy terrorized the valley. I mean, literally killed women. He used like the handgun, but he also liked machetes, tire irons. He would come in through windows. He would grab women out of cars, stab, rape, always stealing things, because a killing ya just ain't good enough. You also got to take stuff. Okay, we got to delve into him because he is a key element to the Cecil Hotel. So we need to start with his beginnings, because honestly, to me, if there's a classic case of if somebody knew this guy or knew of him as a child, I'd be like, okay, well, this kid's obviously headed for some trouble. Oh man. Okay, where to start? Let's see. Well, he suffered 2 really bad head injuries as a child, and from that went into a lot of epileptic seizures, which kind of stopped when he was a young teenager. His father would beat him brutally, and he would run to a local cemetery. Yeah, nice, to go and sleep. That's normal. Who doesn't? Guys, I would sleep in a cemetery, obviously. When he was younger, he had a cousin named Miguel or Mikey Ramirez, who was a combat vet, Green Beret, who kind of got off on doing drugs with his younger cousin and showing him pictures that he took of women he raped and beat in Vietnam. Normal. That sounds like a good family bonding time. Also, he stayed with his older sister, Ruth, whose husband, Roberto, was a peeping Tom and liked to take Ramirez with him to go, I don't know, take a nice leisurely stroll through neighborhoods and look at women's windows as they're sleeping. Typical, totally normal. Ramirez also used to work at a Holiday Inn, and this is when stuff kind of starts picking up, if you know what I mean. He would use the house key to go in people's not apartments, hotel rooms, and steal things, and was actually fired. Surprised he was just fired from attempting to rape a woman. That's so interesting. He was in the San Francisco area for a while, and I believe a young girl was found killed in the same area that he had been staying, but he wasn't really convicted of that. But yeah, came to the LA area. Monrovia, Arcadia, Whittier, Sierra Madre, all hit. People were terrified of this guy, and he's just chilling at the Hotel Cecil. I'm gonna go out for the night. It's like it's his job. 13 women he was convicted of. Goes to court. He comes into court with a pentagram on his palm and instantly says, "Hail Satan." This guy was known for showing absolutely no remorse. Like, no remorse at all. And then when he was actually convicted and found guilty of murdering 13 women, he was sentenced to die by gas chamber, right? He literally said, "Big deal. Death has always come with the territory. See you all in Disneyland." What? So, I mean, eventually he does die at age 53, but he didn't die from the gas chamber. He died while on death row from B-cell lymphoma. Is that justice? Who's to say? Let's just hope he suffered, if you know what I mean. But it's terrifying in a lot of ways because this guy was just chilling out. And you know what's awesome about it is he was so cocky and so unaware of how famous he had become that he was literally just wandering around East LA, saw his face on a newspaper. Other people noticed him. They took off on a foot chase to capture this guy. Like, civilians did this. He ran across a freeway. He tried to steal 3 cars to no avail. And eventually, after like hopping fences and all of that, civilians catch him, holds him until police get there. Talk about a citizen arrest. Like, somebody get those people some food. You know what I mean? Like, way to freaking go, citizens of East LA. Good job. You guys probably think that was the only serial killer, right? That would have been at the Hotel Cecil. Nope. No. Because in 1991, a guy named Jack Unterweger, who the hell knows. Anyways, Australian. Yeah, I totally meant Austrian. Crime journalist. Comes to the Hotel Cecil, stays there for 5 weeks. Interesting facts about him. He was imprisoned in Austria for murders, and they let him out on rehabilitation, and then was hired by an Austrian magazine to come to LA to report on LA crime. Big fan of Ramirez, and while staying the 5 weeks that he did at the Hotel Cecil, he killed 3 prostitutes from, a little bit of stab, a little bit of rape, a little bit of an ode to Ramirez. Really? Life at the Cecil Hotel has a way of repeating itself in a really bad way. It's like the darkest Groundhog's Day ever. And you're going to see a lot of repetition of this. On June 4th, 1964, the actual only documented murder at the Cecil Hotel was of pigeon Goldie Osgood, she was a retired telephone operator. She was known for protecting and feeding pigeons in the nearby parks. She lived at the Hotel Cecil because, like I said, it was like a long-term, very cheap place to live for a lot of lower-income people. Well, she was found in her ransacked room that had been completely robbed, stabbed repeatedly, and raped. Who does that sound like? I don't know. Like 30 years prior, guys, somebody was killed in the exact same manner, in the exact same way of the two serial killers that would one day also stay at the Cecil Hotel. Now tell me, was that a premonition of what was to come? Was that the moment that changed and set the tone for that kind of lifestyle at the Cecil? I don't know. All I know is it's weird. It's terrifying. And I've never heard of a place ever having so many of the same things, type deaths, exact replicas of each other happen by different people in the same space. It's completely unexplainable. And here's a funny little fact for you guys. There's a very real rumor going around that Elizabeth Short, aka the Black Dahlia, one of the last places she was ever seen was at the Hotel Cecil. Of course it was. Honestly, guys, this is just the scraping, the literal, like the shaving. It's the lemon zest of the darkness of the Hotel Cecil, the Cecil Hotel, the Cecil of Death, the horribleness, okay? You gotta tune in next week because it's about to get even more real, even creepier. And honestly, right now, I'm a little bit nervous even talking about everything. This is like really weird and scary. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and definitely tune in next week. It's gonna get deadly.